Hello Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you this one-page wonder. It is a mini folio that is interactive and I created it with one sheet. So you have a pocket, a flap, a large pocket, and then another pocket. So you need one 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and you are going to cut off the branding strip, and then you are going to score down the center of the page at the 6-inch mark. You're then going to rotate that 90 degrees and score at the 10 and the 5-inch marks there. So this is going to be the foundation for your little folio. So I like to fold along all of the fold lines, and then you're going to cut at a slight angle there at the 10-inch mark, and then fold those. I did not do a good job without my bone folder, so you will see I'll fold it, and I'm now refolding it to get the crease line. So you want some nice tight folds there. You're going to fold at that is the 5-inch mark. And then you are going to cut from the outside into that center 6-inch score that you have there. And now you're going to create the pocket on the inside cover. So I'm scoring at the 3/8 all the way down. You can leave that and then just create a flap out of the bottom part, but I don't like that look. It just it doesn't work for me, so I'm going to trim that off. So I don't actually cut with my scissors there. I thought I was going to, but I remembered that I needed that for the flap. So I'm going to cut all the way down that larger part so that that is flush and that becomes the edge of the album. And then that little flap there, I'm going to adhere to the inside, which creates a flap just attached at that outer edge there for the booklet. So then I'm going to work on the inner angled part that you saw. So that's slightly shorter, and that is going to create a space for a tag pocket. So I'm going to, sorry Siri, sorry about that, cut that at an angle because I just think it gives, you see how you see the color a little bit more, and it then draws your attention to the fact that that's a pocket. So adhesive, liquid adhesive on the outside and that bottom edge just to close off and make that an actual pocket. It is not big enough, unfortunately, for a 3x4 tag, but you can trim those down. So because the paper's tight, I trimmed off just a little bit at the bottom there, and you're going to put adhesive that creates that large flap there. So unfortunately, my video is going to cut off here, but what you are going to want to do is adhere some adhesive on the right hand side of that smaller 2-inch flap and fold it up. Then once that is down, you want to use a circle cutter to just create a circle notch for that large pocket there. I apologize. So that is your completed folio. Now I am going to create elements to decorate this before I actually put photos in it. I didn't know what photos I was actually going to use until I was finished. This is one of those projects that I just had fun. I love making these little folios, and I never know what to do with them. I have a plan for them, and sometimes I execute and sometimes I don't. So you can see I used the bottom of one of the tags to create the topper for the tag there, trimmed it down so that it was skinny, and then used my We Are Memory Keepers multi-hole tool to create a hole for the tag. I will go in and put 2 shades of pink baker's twine in that's poking out of the top of the folio, just to add some visual interest to that. So now I am using this 8x8 paper pad to create some more elements. What I want for this is I want that large pocket there to have this large piece of paper. So the book is slightly less than 6 inches across because of the adhesive. So I just trimmed that down a little bit. I wanted it to be sticking out, but not too much. Then within the 6x6 paper pad, there are also these pocket cards. And so I just folded them in half so that you open them, and I could put photos if I wanted to, or I could just journal. You will see in the completed layout that I don't have any journaling because I'm going to send it to my daughter and let her do the journaling. And if she would like to, she can keep it, or she can give it to the friend that she went on the hike with as a little memento. So I will end up putting photos of her hike out in Arizona, and that will go there. So I had thought that that happy needed some backing in order to be able to stand out, but it's really busy paper, but it actually ends up being fine. I love these word stickers. The problem with these for this particular collection, in my opinion, is everything talks about sunshine and smile. So you can't use too many of the stickers all at once, because otherwise you're just repeating yourself over and over and over again. Yeah. So I thought I would add embellishments to the pocket cards, but I just decided that this little sticker here, it's kind of like a handle. It's sort of a doorknob that says open me, in a way. It's like a thumb notch, was going to work well, but I didn't want the adhesive. So I just used my anti-static powder, and the powder from that removes the adhesive. And then just picking out a few more of the stickers and putting those down. So I thought that it was really hard to tell that there was a pocket here. And so I wanted to sort of mute this down a little bit. So you can see I used the sticker up the top so that there was a definition of an edge there. And then I'm also going to use this phrase sticker, which had a little bit of extra at the top of this 2-inch flap pocket. So flap meaning that it's not closed all the way from right to left. It's only closed on that left-hand side. And then also to create some delineation so that you would recognize that there was a pocket if there was nothing in it. I'm using a glaze pen. So a glaze pen leaves a little bit of it's raised just a teeny bit, and it's glossy. So I drew out that line there. And then you'll see me go back and actually use that same glaze pen to go over the scallop, because I felt like it just still wasn't bright enough. And I needed a little bit more delineation and pop there. So now I want to, I'm all over the place with this, by the way. You can see I'm going right, left, right, left. I want something to pull out that card with. And so before I do that, I decide that I really need to make this scallop more visible, I guess. I just wanted you to know that it's not just this solid sheet of floral color. And so I thought that maybe this floral would make a nice pull, but it needed to me more color and to be more bold in order to really pop from that brightness that is there. I do get distracted by the stickers because I really want to use them. That bought them for this particular project, but you can see I have a lot of them left because I just felt like it was getting redundant. Sunshine, 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 smile, smile, smile everywhere. So that is a McGill punch that is not available at a cherry on top. It has been in my stash forever, but you will see I use it on a lot of projects. But I'm sure there are other alternatives that you could use to that. I mean, you could just cut out a tab and round the corners, and that would be a perfect pull tab too. So now I want a place in all of this busyness to be able to put the title of the One Sheet Wonder little folio. And so I find that this green really pops because there isn't any of that sort of ultramarine blue in the collection, or not the pieces that I have. Actually, none of it, because it's sort of more of an accent color. So I thought the orange was a good pop. And then I'm going to cut out this pocket card and take out the center so that that provides a frame that I will then back with white cardstock and stamp the title, which I am not going to do on camera because I felt like the primary reason for this video is to show you how to make the One Sheet Wonder, and then how to embellish it. And I didn't want to spend forever stamping. So and I also don't like my videos to be too long, and I felt like it was getting really lengthy. So I will use a stamp from my alpha stamp from my collection, but to stamp the title. So I'm using an X-Acto blade here to get into the center. I could have cut with scissors and then gone all the way around, but I find when I'm doing inside paperwork that it's much easier to do with an X-Acto blade. I'm becoming less skilled at it because I don't do it as frequently and I don't have the practice, so I did have to trim it and clean it up a little bit with my scissors, as you saw there, which is much easier to do the cleaning up than it is to do the actual cutting itself. I am using 3x8 double-sided foam adhesive from a cherry on top because that's the perfect size for the outline of that oval there. And I'm going to pop that so that there's a little bit of shadow that creates even more definition of this. You can see that I pulled that green 6x6 piece of paper out of the pad, and I thought that the green popped even more than the orange, and that was a better contrast to make that pop. And then, as I said, I am going to stamp, and then I found that the blue ink that coordinated really well with that blue is a Distress Oxide Mermaid Lagoon. You know I'm a big fan of my Distress Oxides. They sit on my desk all the time, and they are my most used stamps. Also, if you are looking for the product that I used, you can go over to a cherry on top where this is a blog post and also links you to all of the product that I did use for this project. If it's available in the store, you can get it from there. Just hit the buy button. So yep, gonna pop that down. You can see the white cardstock, and that purple washi tape, by the way, this was just a piece of scrap cardstock that I save it all because I always end up using these little scrap bits, and you weren't gonna see it anyway, so I wasn't worried about that and didn't bother peeling it off. Liquid adhesive to get that onto the cover of the book, and then I want just a little bit of decor because there's already that busyness of the pattern, the floral pattern paper. So I'm going to take that orange flower that I had previously and just stick that down. But because the frame is popped, I need just a teeny bit of the foam adhesive to go behind that flower that's hanging over the edge there. And that, my friends, is going to wrap it up. So be sure to check out the close-ups where you can see I've actually put photos and how that turned out as a finished product. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.